Hello everyone, this is EA Spuds from the Plamo Build Report, and today I'm going to do a one-take review where I will review one tool or one model all in one take. And today we'll be looking at Doyusha's Kisage Kata, literally translated to clean cut cutter. Now, from the look of it, this looks like an original design, an ordinary design knife or an X-Acto knife, but what this tool is mainly used for are two or three things. One, it's used to carve out any seam lines that you see on the plastic model. Two, it could be used to cut out any gate removals. But the third one, it's what they advertise in the picture here, is to create a seaplane. Now, for those of you who don't know what a seaplane is, so as you can see from the top picture is here, this whole plane is A plane, and this is the B plane. And by cutting through this intersection between the A and the B, it will create a C. So by doing this, your model looks more, I guess, more dimensional to the fact that it's more robot looking than just like a regular plastic piece that just comes together. So we're gonna try testing this out. Let's take a look at the blade itself. I'm so very interested in this type of tools. So what you'll come up with is what you see here is going to be a blade that has a very interesting type of a profile. So normally a blade is just like a one plane deal, but for this portion it has 1, 2, and 3 blades. So as you can see from right here, it looks more like an arrowhead than an actual blade itself. So look at the angle here. So how to use this? So how you would use it is you would use like any other knife that you have. And what you would do is you will tilt it on the side and you would scrape it as you would do for any other model. So for our testing, we're going to use the knife that I use. I'm going to use, how would you do to remove any seam lines? And for our part today, and many have seen, we're gonna take the shoulder part from the Age 1 Titus, and as you can see from right here, there's a seam line that I need to remove. Now, for anything this not very appealing, basically you could just sand it off with a sanding paper. But today we're gonna try to do it using the knife, and to show the full potential of this Kisage Kata. Also, just to know, this also has a weird name of the scraper, SGOT or SGOT. I don't know what the SGOT means, but that's how they advertise it. So first, we're gonna try to remove the seam line, but with the knife first. And as you would usually use a knife, you would not really dig it in, but you would tilt it at an angle and then just scrape it from one. So get into position, focus it right there. Alright, so I have used it and I have removed the seam line. So the one complaint that I hear from everybody who's doing seam line with using a knife is that, as you can see from here, there are some scrape marks that I have made when using a knife. And it's because of that one angle portion and this top portion. Sometimes like you would only scrape the actual seam line itself, but at the same time you will also scrape out the other plastics that you don't want, and that you will have to go through sanding again to have those fixed up. But now let's try it with the scraper. So for how to scrape, you would still have to tilt, but it's a lot easier to tilt with. So instead of going at like a 45-degree angle, let's say, you could do this in a 90-degree angle, and it will cut out the seam line no problem, and you don't need to apply that much force into it at all. So let's try doing that. Wow, that's very easy. Wow, so I am not applying that much force at all. Let's take a look. So as you can see right here, it removes the seam line very good. I have not applied that much force into this, but as you can see right here, compared to what you've seen before using like a regular knife, there isn't that much of a mistake that you can make. So as you can see right here, it is very, very clean cut, and it's very easy to use too. So you can just keep on nicking it off. And look how much it goes through. And at the same time, you could also get rid of the gate as well. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this. So there you go, look at that. It's very clean. You don't feel any of the seams there anymore. So overall impression, this is very easy to use. You don't need to put that much force into it. Now let's work on creating the seaplane that I just explained earlier. So what I have here is I have the, again, from the Age 1 Titus, I have the part that I made a video about just to fill in the missing gap because I misplaced a part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape this part so it will look a little more mechanical and have more dimension. So I'm gonna go from right here, and to use, again, the same way you use for removing the seam line, you take it at an angle and you just cut away. So right here, that's what I would do, and start scraping. Yeah, that feels nice. For this time, you should only scrape it off only a few times. I think I overdid it a little bit, but let's take a look at how it looks. So you scrape it a little bit more. So already, you could kind of see the difference. Oh, there we go. So from the portion from the edge that I haven't created the seaplane, it's just like any other regular. It's any other regular. I mean, this just looks good as it is, but for putting more detail. Now let's look at the portion where I've done Doyusha, and I already see some differences from there. So as you can see, this is the part that I have scraped through to make the seaplane, and actually this angle is better. As you can see from this angle, you could kind of see like now it's not that pointy anymore, but it's more round, well, not round edges, but more angled. So by doing this a lot, there's a lot of possibilities that you could do with other kits itself. So if you want to make like a plain looking kit, more, I guess, more detailed, more dimension, you could definitely take advantage of creating seaplanes for this one, for using this tool. So my overall impression of this tool so far, I really like it. I mean, gates can be removed easily just by using this with no harm at all, and for removing any seam lines, this, I think it's very accurate. You could have less mistake on making more parts that you don't want to scrape. And also, this is a very good tool to have. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to clean. I think I'm gonna try to do the rest here. My overall impression, again, very good. Highly recommend it. Price goes around from $18 to around 22 bucks. So you can find this pretty cheap. I'd say try it out, give it a whirl, and let me know what you think. And if anybody who have already used this before has anything more that I have missed, please comment down below, and I could follow up in the video. So with all that said, this has been EA Spuds from the Plamo Build Report, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.